And welcome to the next episode of the Uharan Echo. I'm Matthew, and I'm a co-host. That's what I am. I was going to say Lord and Master, but Dave gets cross at that. I'm a co-host of the Effect Podcast, and over here is Dave, who is the other co-host of the Effect Podcast, or General Dog's Body, I like to say.
I am the Lord and Master.
And Dave, what's your character?
I am playing Ocean Ispartha. I am a trailblazer, private investigator who has become a bit more combat focused in the last few months of his life, seeing people keep trying to kill me.
And over on this side, we've got Paul, who is Adib. Tell us a little bit about Adib, Paul.
Adib is an ex-revolutionary who's actually a fugitive at the moment because he killed a plantation owner, which is why he wanted to get off Kua.
Yeah, jolly good. Plantation owners deserve to die.
You didn't tell us that, did you now, Adib, when you came aboard?
Yeah, I didn't mention that in the job interview.
Might have just forgotten.
Adib, step into this airlock for a moment, why don't you?
There'll be plenty of time for that at the end of this act. Now, and down there is Tony. Tony.
Hello.
Say hello. What's your character?
My character is Yakub Nassar, partner of Ocean, private detective. Kind of started out the whole process pretty world weary, but has only become more so through the things that he's experienced and seen on the way.
Jolly good. World weary detective. And down this way, and I'm trying to point there in a way that works quite well, is Millie.
Hello.
Millie, the GM, who is following on in our footsteps with your own rendition of Mercy of the Icons. But here in this world, what are you?
My character is Jalaya. My character is Jalaya. She was a scout for the same revolutionaries that Adib was part of. And she has been, for most of her time, trying to keep Adib safe, but now she realizes that was entirely unneeded. And is a bit like, well, what do I do?
And what you did in the last adventure was escape from the vessel, the strange vessel.
What we did in the last adventure was lose our friend and comrade Fayeez.
Yeah.
Exactly, who failed to escape, but did manage to kill the creature in the vessel, the androgynous, long, slender, blindfolded human
thing.
You think, that leaked darkness when Adib cut her jugular, and then the whole ship started imploding. You guys managed to get out. Fayeez didn't. And so, in the faint glow of the sugar globes, you began your ascent. The dark shape of the Zafirah below crumbles as if trampled under a giant's boot. A final burst of trapped air escapes the wreck, and when it suddenly collapses in on itself, and for an instant it forms a glowing red sun below you. After the brief flash of light, everything goes dark again, and you see the glowing orb stop compressing. Now only about a meter in diameter, it quietly slides off the cliffside and sinks out of sight. The dark waters about you begin to boil. The sugar globes die one by one, and the surging heat chases you upward.
There goes our bonus.
You bridge the ice in a roaring cascade of steam, and you look out across the desolate, frozen wastes and try to calm your breathing. Something feels wrong, very wrong. Your intrusion cannot have gone unnoticed.
Okay.
And now we cut to effectively the next morning. Everybody can restore any lost hit points and mind points.
Phew.
Few indeed. God, I didn't have many left.
And you awake in your various cabins at various different times, I think. You probably all let each other sleep in if you want to. Many of you probably didn't get to sleep until only a few minutes ago, or so it seems. And I don't know, are you in space or are you still on the surface of this moon?
I think we would have got off the moon before we went to bed. I think let's get away from the scene of the crime.
Yeah, especially if it's something's causing the sea underneath us to boil, and given that we're parked on ice.
I think that was just the energy of the implosion that was doing that.
Yeah, I think
yes.
getting off here and into space would seem sensible.
Would seem wise. Yep.
Yes.
And when you head one by one into the galley, you see Nadina there, no longer accompanied by her bodyguards Dalla and Farouk, and she's looking quite sullen and confused. And she says, "By the icons, what happened? What did we just experience?"
A bonus-worthy mission. That's what just happened. We succeeded. We succeeded. I don't know what your guards were doing, seeing they were trying to kill us on the way out, or whichever one was left was trying to kill us. I don't know what happened to the other one. I suspect
was worshipping that creature.
I suspect your guards weren't so loyal as you thought they were.
Should we check their cabins?
They got cabins, did they? Okay, yeah.
Really, I thought they were.
We expanded your ship to accommodate your extra passengers, didn't we?
We did, didn't we? Yeah, so that the ship now has 8 cabins instead of 4.
Yeah, but surely we'd have made them just like sleep in the galley or something anyway, wouldn't we?
I thought so, yeah.
Put them straight into the stasis coffins. Just straight in. You stay there. Yeah.
Yeah, until you're needed.
Should have left them there.
Yeah. Let's go and have a search then. Yeah.
Okay. That's handy because I've got a little chapter or a little section here about searching through their cabins. If only you'd done it beforehand.
Well, we maybe foolishly trusted our employer. To
well, your employer is entirely trustworthy. It seems
maybe
from the other 2 people she was with. Maybe
from now on, Yakub, in every contract that we have with anybody, there is a line in it saying, "We will search you all and your staff and your cabins at any time."
Any time we choose, yeah.
Right. So while I'm talking through this, you also, of course, have got the terrible duty of going through Fayeez's belongings, and you find very little. He was a very simple man. But you do find a sort of pamphlet, somewhat poorly printed, amateurishly printed, that refers to the children of the song. But I think that's just about the only possession of note that he didn't have on him.
Does the phrase "the children of the song" ring any bells?
I'm not sure it rings any bells.
Is it worthy of a culture roll?
It may be worth a culture roll. Yes.
I'm talking to Yakub about it, and let me help you because I think you're probably better at culture.
Children of the song. Yeah, let's have a think about that.
I'll give you a dice, Tone.
Okay.
Is there any information on the ship's library? Is there a ship's library?
There is. We've got a library database.
Yeah, so how many extra dice does that give me?
That's a good question.
50 million.
What's its subject? I think it has to be, but let's just throw a couple of dice in extra as well.
Basic says +3 library database. I can look it up. I think the subject of the library database is anything that we would like it to be.
Okay.
all the
Right, so-
random things.
Add your 3 extra dice, Tony. There, that should surely
Okay.
get a success.
Yeah, I'm running 9 dice now. There's no way I wouldn't get. I won't do
I'm ready
success
for
on
darkness
those.
points. I spent quite a few. I've
Well-
got about 12.
12. How much do we care about this? It's probably not worth pushing, is it?
No, maybe that's.
No, I've no idea. I've never heard of the Children of the Song. Sounds
No,
like sort of thing I should have done, but no. There's nothing in the library about it either.
There are also, he was very fastidious, and it looks like he only had 2 chemises, but he washed one every evening. I will just flash this up, which from some chap called Nicholas Yarborg.
What does he know about Fayeez?
Yeah, so there's his laundry hanging up in his cabin, drying. He hand washed it every night. He puts a clean camise on every morning, and it looks, I have to say, rather emotive. Actually, this ghost of camise hanging from a rail in his cabin. But then you move on to the cabins of the other 2, and I would like one of you to make an observation roll, or indeed, if you're all in there, you can add 3 if you're all helping.
I will certainly
let's all
help.
let's go and rifle through all their stuff.
Yeah.
So
Shall I make the roll? I've got a good.
Yeah.
But you have to do it at -2.
They're all helping.
Says
That's
plus 3 -2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That gives me 2 successes.
2 successes. You find a small white glazed clay idol of an androgynous person dressed in a long white gown, which, as you see it, makes you think of the person you saw in the bridge of the vessel that you were exploring.
Does this look like some kind of talisman or
Yeah, it looks
voodoo,
like a talisman.
voodoo
yes.
doll or something?
An amulet, at least.
I'm concerned. I'm tempted to just punt this out the airlock.
Do you want to consult the library database on it?
Shall we? Yeah, have a look in the.
Let's have a look at the library
Yaki.
That
Whilst
worked
you're-
so well last time.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to go to the galley and I'm going to cook up some kari, kanan, and the rest of the Indian meal that goes with it. Sorry, it's a shit joke.
yeah. You're mocking the deeply held beliefs of our dignified friend Fayeez.
Sadly, I might be. Yes, sorry. Fayez.
Okay, I get 2 successes on my culture all this time.
Okay, 2 successes.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'll give you 2 facts here. It's rather old, possibly antique. It's Mirren, and it was probably made by one of the planet's nomad tribes. And it's an aspect of the dancer.
Okay.
But
Does
that's it. There's gun repair tools and things like that, but that's the only thing sort of out of the ordinary for a Legionnaire to carry.
We can add those to the toolkit in the workshop on the ship.
Well,
Okay. I'm going to say to Nadina, this little thing that Yakub's been researching, what is it and why are your guards carrying it?
No idea. I haven't seen it before in my life, she says.
And where did you acquire these guards?
Legion.
Yeah, from whom in the Legion?
They were security checked.
Not well enough, it seems.
not very well, no.
Well, I'm as shocked as you are. We barely got out of that alive.
Well, not all of us did get out of there alive.
I'm sorry for your loss. There will, of course, be compensation.
I should hope so.
But I'm also aware that you told me that the fewer the crew survive, the more profitable it would make this journey.
I don't think I told Nadine that, did I?
I think you might have done something like that.
You mustn't take everything I say seriously. I'm a renowned joker, you know.
Yeah, that Ocean is always known for joking about the profit we make on missions and jobs.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a one big joke. Well, it is, sadly, usually one big joke, frankly.
Well, there is that bonus I promised you if we're discreet. If we can get back out without anybody finding the emerald disc we got off the Zafirah, then there will be a profit. There will be a bonus for you.
We do have a smuggler stash aboard the vessel, so give me the emerald disc.
Who got that emerald disc?
I think Tony had it, didn't he?
Yakub got it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Tony had it.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
It wasn't Fayeez. It wasn't Fayeez. Well, basically, if Fayeez had it, all there was left of him is his arm sticking out of the ship,
yes,
holding the thing.
No, okay, but Tony had it.
Yeah, luckily you didn't leave my crushed, destroyed body behind.
No.
You left the ship, so
I'm not going to let Nadine know where the smuggler stash is aboard the ship, but I'm going to go and stash it in there.
And she trusts you on that one. Obviously, she's expecting it back before payment of 22,000 birr. So she says, I guess we ought to head back the way we came.
Yeah. So we still have our writ of passage, don't we? Our permit.
Yes, you do.
I suggest we head back to the portals as quickly as we can. Then
the other salvage ship that we met, we can let those guys go.
They have gone, but you feel peacefully. You struck the deal. You were trusting them when they said they wouldn't.
Yeah.
What was the captain's name again?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I'm going to have to look it up again because I'm crap with names.
Because I'm going to write it down on my people I've met part of my character sheet. And you never know, we might meet him again one day.
Yeah. Yami and Awa.
Ah, yes, that's it.
Yami,
Yami, and Awa, EN-AWAR. And the ship was the Mishal, an ancient nomad Mughal family freighter.
what was the ship called again? Sorry, Matt.
The Mishal. M-I'-SHAAL.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, let's head for the portals then. So I'm guessing there's an issue here because if the Legion has, or somebody has infiltrated the Legion to infiltrate these bodyguards onto this mission, presumably expecting to find that butterfly ship, what other Legion infiltrators might we come across? So I wonder, is there?
I'm feeling a lot like that game of Fate where
Starting to get paranoid.
We'd better just kill them all just to be on the safe side.
We're going to start a war against the Legion in this
No.
one.
I'm just being concerned. That,
Yeah, no, it's a valid concern, I think.
I
Although I
better
think
start
also-
making talismans.
Yeah, that would be really useful. Now, I think what we need to do, all of us, is what we did in that Fate game, which is just to make sure that we are, we're not secret Legion something or other. We've got to all cut our own arms open. I'll go first. Dunk.
This turned into, just for the benefit of our listeners, this was a home game that I ran of Fate, which turned into, I feel, a great metaphor for post-traumatic stress disorder, with a bunch of paranoid First World War veterans discovering body snatchers, effectively.
Alien conspiracy kind of thing, yeah.
And
we did kill a lot of people and then kind of rationalize it afterwards.
Yes.
A lot. We did torture some people as well, I seem to remember.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean, it was the prototype Dan Dare Space British Rocket Group guys I said to you who were going to be your help and turn it into the Dan Dare game I always wanted.
No.
We killed them.
When they offered their help, you decided they knew too much and killed them.
Yeah, which in hindsight does feel a bit harsh, but at the time it seemed like the sensible thing to do.
Yes. Sorry for hijacking the show for a moment there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I brought it up. Mea culpa. As you as you're aware, these portals are kind of an astronomical unit away from the start of every system. You're out on a secondary star, so you've got to go back to the next system, which I think was about 8 hours or 8 days travel? I can't remember.
How far is it? We can work it out.
I'm sure we can, but also it tells me somewhere. Probably tells me where.
Because we're quite slow as a ship.
Yeah. I have the map here. So you've got to get to the star Uharu, and Azrak is 14.5 astronomical units away. So that is at least, you do one a day, don't you?
Yeah, so it's 2 weeks, isn't it?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'll mark that on my calendar.
What calendar is that, Matthew?
That is the Coriolis calendar, available from Drive-Thru RPG.
Where did you get it?
And a vital tool for anybody running Coriolis. And we are about 3 away from a silver badge on that one. So if 3 of you listeners who haven't already got it want to get it, then you'll make me very happy.
This episode is turning into a reminiscing and a shop window, isn't it? So, Millie, what have you got on Free League Workshop you want to sell?
Millie can publicise her own games on her own channel. She's on the Free League channel.
We're being just as childish over there. Don't worry.
We've got to try harder, then, haven't we, over here?
I'm coming back to I'm trying to get to the calendar here. Give me a moment.
Is it not very user friendly then, Matthew?
It's a fine calendar. People keep talking to me about stuff.
So, listeners, as this scenario is being run in real time, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you for joining.
And hopefully we'll all die in the darkness of space before then. Put everybody out of their misery.
Matt might have found his calendar.
15 days it takes you. You surfaced and rested and woke up on the 7th day of the Novena of Water in the segment of the Faceless. So that takes you to the 21st, or that will take you to the 7th day in the Novena of Incense. That's not far. That's just 2 days before the Cyclade, or 3 days before the Cyclade, I should say. Or no, actually 4 days before the Cyclade. Let me get it right.
This is scintillating television, it really is.
But when you arrive there, you can see it's bustling with the activity as the Order has shut the portal down completely.
Ooh.
And there is an enormous backlog of ships trying to queue to go through it when it's open.
Oh no, here's Brexit happened while we were away then?
So are we trying? Does it matter which way we go? And are all the portals shut? So presumably from here we can either go to Dabaran or to Tawan.
Or Tawan, yes.
We
There
could
we
go
go.
the
Isn't
wrong way.
Tawan where like the really bad thing happened? That was
Fayeez spoke to me about some of the things. I don't think we want to go there.
Anyway,
I was just
you are
suggesting
contacted.
we might have an option. That was all, but no, it's fine.
Talik Al-Nar and Alit Samar are the two vessels, monastery cruisers, that are sort of patrolling this area. There are several torpedo ships and destroyers here as well. So this is a pretty big blockade. However, you are welcomed with a message that recognizes you. They seem to recognize that you have a permit to travel already. They just give you a slot in the inspection queue and ask you to be prepared for boarding.
Presumably this is entirely standard behaviour. So
Well, in this sort of slightly more aggressive way, you don't normally get a board. You weren't inspected on your way in.
Or we've
Are
got
they,
nothing.
sorry, Tone.
So we got nothing kind of apart from this disc stashed in the smuggler's hold. We've got nothing kind of dodgy on board that's an inspection is going to cause any trouble.
But by the way, this isn't Tony's response to their hail. By the way,
We've just got stuff in the smuggler's hold. It'll be right.
apart from that, we're totally clean.
That's fine, isn't it? That's just
Not being so up to date with these guys, I would wonder, be like, Adib, should we worry about these men coming on board? Are they how
They probably don't know about me. I mean, my little
they're not from Kua then, they're not.
my little act of vengeance was on Kua. They probably don't care about somebody being killed on Kua. It's people on Kua that I'm more worried about. I'm quite happy out here.
Yeah, these are
Sure.
Zolossians. They don't. There is a sort of international warrant or interplanetary warrant called the Ijma Earth, but the Zolossians are famously not signatories to it, so they won't care on any outstanding contracts.
And I doubt if just bumping someone off would put me on an international warrant anyway.
I have zero culture. I'm
No, clearly, first-degree murder isn't something that will get you a warrant. Across
it's just a
the
little.
horizon, is it? No,
It
obviously
goes
not.
on. It goes on all the time.
That doesn't make it right, Adib.
But you killed a
Kelly is very
plantation owner,
confused.
am I right, Adib?
I did.
So a wealthy man.
He's not very wealthy now.
He's dead now, yes, but he has a wealthy family who have very probably put a price on your head. I'm definitely thinking that I might have some bounty hunters come at you in some future episode of this thing.
Yeah, you do have me down as a wanted man. So
Can I surreptitiously check the cortex to see what the bounty is?
you bastard.
Well, you did shoot my ship down.
Well, you can't check the
fixed it.
cortex because that is an entirely different verse where
I know.
everybody talks in Western patois. But
Can I-
you
can I-
could potentially check the bulletin.
Yes, let me do that.
Okay, data spider roll.
Oh, I have to
Data
get
general.
Yakub. I have to get.
Do you want me to have a look? Do you want me to have a look there then?
Yeah, but Yakub, shh! Don't let Adib
What?
know.
So,
Adib,
so
what are they doing in the bridge?
sorry, Ocean, you want me to look up on what the bounty is on Adib? Okay, just checking that then.
I'm quite interested to find out if I'm famous.
Well,
Oh,
you
well,
might
if
ha-
you want to
well, you-
order
so-
him to look and see what the bounty is on the team, then.
Sort of
it's-
ordered me to
it's-
check your man.
Is Adib going to hand himself in for the reward?
So I can't find it at the minute. Do you want me to have a deeper look?
I would love your darkness
I don't
points.
think it's worth a darkness point, is it?
No, because we're
not-
probably not going to hand Adib in, are we? Because he's off.
It seems unlikely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Darkness points back in the
Yeah, keep. get that,
But
put that darkness away.
for now, that is, of course.
Obviously, yeah.
When I have my next nightmare and wake up in a cold sweat, dreaming about my shit being blown out from under me again, then I might feel differently.
Being blown out from
Well, it's
under
up to you. I mean,
I'm not bitter about it or anything.
No. Let's go forward towards the end of this act, shall we? Are you going to therefore wait for the boarding party, or are you going to try and bust through the portal? Because the portal isn't like a thing that's controlled. You're not going to get any support from the from this portal station, but you could calculate your own portal jump and risk it. And what are the chances of something like that going wrong?
Or getting shot down on the way to the portal.
Yeah, there is the getting shot on the way to the portal.
We should probably, we've no particular reason to not just play along, have we?
I don't think so.
And act all innocent and stuff, because clearly we're entirely innocent of anything.
Sorry, Julia, what were you saying?
I was going to say, if we got some sort of box that would maybe, I don't know if emerald discs give out like the beep of black boxes or anything like that. Like,
I'm not sure they do. I think they're a great big crystal disc. So I don't.
oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah, I think we want to make sure it's not broadcasting something that says illegally seized disc here.
I have been stolen from the Legion Starship. I have been stolen from a Legion Starship.
Well, presumably, though, Nadina, being a Legion officer, is here entirely justifiably. So our possession of this thing is
Special
entirely...
branch, the consortium, as you can understand. Consortium and Zalosian relationships are not great at the moment.
I guess that's true, yeah.
And indeed, the Legion are the Zalosian rivals.
Enemy, yeah.
So I think they would be interested in the Emerald Disc, whether or not it was legal for you to hold it, whether or not it was legal for them to take it off our hands.
So
It's better
presumably...
that they don't discover it.
Yeah, so presumably our permit to come into the system doesn't say, allow one Legion officer plus sundry crew. So she's here kind of undercover. She's not here openly as Legion.
Well, let's not, I don't particularly want you to make a big fuss about it, she says.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think we want to make a big fuss about it, but we don't want you sitting there in Legion armor. Let's put it that way.
How big is the emerald disc?
It's quite big, I seem to remember. Can you remember? I can't remember, Julia. Can you remember from
I think they're quite chunky.
Zali? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sort of black box. It's a black box.
Like, at least the line of encumbrance kind of thing.
It's a green disc rather than a black box. I mean, if we're talking geometry here.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I'm talking about size.
Were you thinking of hiding it somewhere where the sun doesn't shine, Tane?
No,
I wasn't thinking of shoving it up my arse. No, I was thinking of, but there might be somewhere. What do you mean where the sun doesn't shine? That's exactly what you meant, wasn't it? Surely. All it meant was.
Well, the sun doesn't shine in the stash either,
Well, it doesn't shine in any of the rooms that doesn't have a window on the external part of the ship, does it? Oh, no, all I was thinking was, even in the stash, there might be somewhere, even more hidden within there that you could we put it in like some wall panels or something.
Well, I guess the idea of the stash is they can't find it anyway, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like, a smuggler stash is probably like standard operating practice on a smuggler ship that, and most people looking for it are going to, they're going to find it.
Matt?
Yes?
Or if we let them find it, then they think they found all our secret places. And we go, oh no, you found our secret stash.
Paul?
Sorry, Adib, go
on. As it's the last session, as I did last time, I'm going to use my traveller talent.
All right. And what does your traveller talent do?
That allows me to ask you one question, and you must answer yes or no truthfully.
Very well. It costs a darkness point, though, doesn't it?
I expect so.
Yeah, sounds like it would.
Well, it doesn't say it does.
Is it?
Are
I
you
think all the
sure?
icon talents say at the start of the descriptions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's been helpful.
It does actually give you 1 darkness point.
Thank you very much. Ask away.
Right.
So I think
Your fortune.
narratively, are we in the arboretum at the chapel, kind of like praying to get past the Zalosians without too much trouble?
I'm sure you are.
This is where your talent comes into play.
So my traveller talent, to which you must answer truthfully, as I'm praying to the traveller, is: should we be worried about being boarded by the team that are going to search the ship?
I can answer that one for you.
What do you think, Dave?
I suspect the answer's yes.
No. You have far greater things to be worried about. And that is probably more than the than literally by the rules I should tell you. But I feel that if you are in prayer to the traveller, that is honestly the answer that he would give you.
So we don't have to worry about it.
There's nothing to worry about. Is what we're telling you about. Yeah.
No, we don't have to worry about it because we are fucked anyway. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's the least of our worries.
You letting them on board then?
I'm praying to the gambler before they dock. I think, Tony, you should host them, and I'll stay on the bridge ready to make a run for the portal if we have to.
Yeah, I'm going to pray to, before they arrive, the I can't remember which one it is. That's for manipulation.
The one for manipulation?
I think it's gambler.
The one for manipulation?
Merchant. No,
It's
merchant.
the merchant, yeah.
The one for manipulation, Tony. The one for manipulation.
This is your icon.
My icon.
I never get to act in accordance with my icon because it's only the bloody merchant. The one for manipulation, Tony.
Yeah, and if you read all the stuff about the merchant, it's all about basically making money and greed and all that stuff.
Right, okay.
But anyway, I'm praying to my icon, the merchant.
Right, okay.
For once.
I'm just checking that it is the merchant.
It is, Matt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And do either of you, since you're in the Arboretum Chapel, want to pray to your respective icons, or an icon that gives you...
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be useful this session. I will pray to... What was the one that Fayeez prays to? The deckhand?
Is that the beast?
It was
No,
the machine
he prays
icon.
the deckhand, although he has... Recently, you've heard him pray to Kari Kanan Ia Alaban.
Nan.
I will pray to the deckhand.
Is that the machine one?
The
machine
10th icon.
Yeah.
I am going to pray to the judge.
Very well. And
You're expecting it to end well, then?
He's that's command. So
yeah, it's also range combat, I think, isn't it?
A quick question, Matt. Can we quickly hide all the icon statues from the chapel, other than the martyr, in case they go into the Arboretum?
I think Zalosians are prepared to put up with your heretical ways.
Right. Okay.
They understand that they have greater duties to fulfill here than start smashing statues of other icons. So when they come on board, first of all, you get the clang of the docking tube, and then there are a number of men and women in full black armor. And you've seen something like this before. In the hospital, there were a number of...
In the sanatorium.
The leader seemed to have this armor that was specifically built for them. This is a similar sort of stuff, animate armor, but black, covered in glyphs, quite imposing, and quite hard to shoot at. And so they come on board and they ask to see your papers and they do an inspection, and I will roll to see whether they find your stash. Observation is on wits, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's correct.
One of them notices the inconsistent sizing in the cargo hold where the stash is.
I think the stash is probably under the arboretum, actually, so he hasn't found it then.
The inconsistent sizing in the arboretum where the stash is.
Well, I'm not there. I'm on
They
the
only
bridge.
rolled 6 dice, but they got a 1. We got a success there. What's this? He says. This doesn't seem to be fitting.
The
Female soldier starts measuring stuff.
We suffered.
the I found the baby sugar globes.
Mm-hmm. The baby
they
sugar nursery stuff. You and
Yeah.
Tony both put some of that in your pockets.
Yeah,
I imagine you still have that. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, is there any way I could just be like the stupid jungle girl and be like, oh, I tried burying this to grow some more. Look what I've got, and just be like, look, because I found it in the floor on the.
I will let you do a manipulation roll on that one.
Oh, great! That's 2.
Can
I help?
you?
Can I help by going, July, these people aren't interested in your foolish ways.
Okay, take an extra dice from Tony's.
Desperate attempts to help salvage the situation.
No successes. Should I push?
Yes, I
Yeah,
think probably
I think
on this
so.
occasion.
I'm adding an extra darkness point to the pool. Thank you very much.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Nice.
And I just like push some of the dirt and try and make it look like I've been burying weird things because I'm clearly like a yokel in space kind of thing.
This particular Marty warrior that you're talking to opens his face mask to look at you curiously, and then he looks at you, Tony, and he gives you a thing like, obviously she's an idiot kind of look. And
She has some useful skills.
Sorry for you to put up with her, but you seem to have got away with it.
Well done, Julia.
But I am going to try and grow some more. You know that.
Where is the bridge?
The bridge is at the front of the ship.
No. They're asking, where is the bridge?
Oh, okay.
The bridge is at the front of the ship.
Lead the way.
This way. I'll lead them to the bridge.
The leader says you should have a record of your voyage. Can we see it, please? Make sure that you stayed on the routes. We would normally have sent you with an escort, but I'm aware that you were travelling free. Can I see your trajectories?
Did we doctor? I'm not saying this out loud. Did we doctor the logs at any point? Okay. You do not need to see these log entries.
Oh, you've got a mystic talent all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, I'm afraid we had some engine trouble. We had to stop for a while and float. But yeah, of course you can see. We'll just have to, the ship was badly damaged a little while ago, and the repairs haven't been fully completed. Come on, Jakub, help me out here, mate.
Yeah, okay, Jakub, you can help him, but Dave, you roll the dice.
Okay, I'm not.
With an extra dice from Tony.
Okay. manipulation isn't one of the ones that I was.
No, I know.
for.
That's why I'm making you roll it.
Okay, well, I get 2 60s as well
Okay.
on 4 dice.
Very well. Very well. Everything
Yeah.
seems to be fine, but Tony, I want you to make a datagen roll at -2.
-2. Okay.
There will, of course, be a delay, as you will be aware. We've closed the portal for the time being, but everything is in order, he says to you.
Is there any reason we ought to be concerned, sir, over the closure of the portal? We are obviously content to wait until you're ready. But anything we ought to be worried about?
I'm sure nothing to worry a civilian vessel like yours.
2 successes on my datagen roll.
Okay. You know that sort of space that you get on your scanners when you look at a butterfly ship? The portal just shimmered, and there is a completely empty region of space just outside the portal field.
Do we want to alert the Zalosians to this?
Well, first of all, Tony, the Zalosians are in the bridge. You've spotted this, so I don't think necessarily anybody else is aware, unless you want to alert your colleague.
Yeah, I'm probably not. I might say. So you're sure there's nothing? There's no problem with the portal. There's not a problem with the portal that's causing the
You're
delay.
asking them.
I am asking them. Yeah.
Problem with the portal? He seems genuinely confused by that. No, there's no problem with the portal.
Okay.
I'm sure. Just wait your turn, and it will take maybe 2 or 3 days. You may miss the Cyclade celebrations.
Damn. Just looking forward to those.
Okay, no, I don't know it's there, do I? So, okay.
No.
I don't know that anything strange is going on at all.
Do you want to get them out of your bridge, Tony, so that you can share this knowledge with everybody else? The shape that isn't there seems to be moving towards the star as opposed to taking any other directions.
How big does it seem to be? Is it ship-sized?
I missed that.
How big
Tony.
does this?
It looks a lot like what you can't see has the signature of not being able to see a thing that looks quite a lot like the thing you didn't see when you were looking in the hangar.
Okay. So it could be a butterfly ship then.
That may well be the case. Or maybe it's one of the black ships of the fabled syndicate that those rumours have been going about.
Yeah, which are clearly nothing to do with the syndicate. Apparently. No, yes, okay. So I'm not going to mention this with the inspection crew here.
Right. But you're letting them take their time getting off.
Yes, I don't want to I think trying to rush them off might make us look a bit suspicious.
Right,
I mean, we just want them to
I'm going
leave.
to spend some DP because I've got a lot to spend. Do you want to make another sensor roll? This is at no minus.
Yep. 2 successes again.
2 successes.
2.
You see a massive coronal mass ejection from Uhuru, the star itself. I think I'll spend another dot at this point.
Heading in what kind of direction? Are we in the path of this?
Yeah. But actually, before you, in terms of where things are at the moment, there are a number of other ships, and there are a couple of smaller freighters and destroyers that are over on between you and the star, and you see them crumple and explode, hit by massive forces coming out of the star itself. You have some seconds to react, Tony. Nobody else is aware of the situation you've spotted.
Okay, Ocean, quick, just head for the portal. Go for the portal now. Is this in terms of where the
Wait
star
your
is and
turn.
where the in terms of where the portal is and where the star is? Are we and where we are? So can we
you
head
are
for the
kind
portal?
of around the portal. The portal is 1 astronomical unit away from the star. So if you imagine these great crowd of ships sort of around the portal, the ones on the far side of the portal, over on the edge, are being hit by the mass ejection from the star.
So do I think from this scan that we could get to the portal before the coronal mass
Spending another
ejection
darkness
would
point.
reach us?
One of the monastery cruisers goes dark as her reactor shuts down.
Am I detecting any of this in the pilot seat?
I'm now.
No. Well, you are detecting it actually, because what you've just noticed.
Well, I'm
is
saying
you've
it now.
lost all your energy points, Dave.
What was that? Lose all of them?
All your energy points are reduced to 0.
Okay. I guess we're not going anywhere.
You're noticing, Tony, that debris and smaller vessels are actually being pulled into the portal now in an uncontrolled way.
Pulled into the portal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm basically now just going to report everything that I see. I don't care about these other guys on the bridge. They
protested when you started saying, "Just go for the portal now." They said, "No, you won't go for the portal now." But you just talk over them.
Yeah. I'm going to say, look what's happening. This huge coronal mass ejection is destroying ships, and it's coming this way.
Okay. With no energy points, can I maneuver the ship?
No, but you can. One combat turn later, the energy comes back up.
All of it.
Yeah, well, apparently all of it. Do you want to make an easy data gen roll?
So what does that mean? I'm going to get some extra dice.
You get +1. Sorry, yeah.
I get 3 successes on that then.
You think the portal is rapidly destabilizing, but it is safe to enter. It is still active. How long it will be active for, you have no idea.
If we want to get out of here, we need to go now. The portal is destabilizing. It's still active. We need to go.
Are the solutions off our ship yet?
No. I mean, this is seconds. They're standing confused. Some of them are going.
Is their ship still? Is their ship still docked to ours?
Their ship is still docked to yours.
Can I undock it from here?
Yes, I think you probably can. You can rip their docking thing off.
Can I do it without ripping it off? Is there like an automated undock? But
probably, I will give you the ability to do that.
Okay. So we haven't made any calculations. So going through the portal is going to be a bit of a interesting.
Yes. I'm just looking at the instructions for that.
So is this coronal mass ejection going to destroy us if we don't go through the portal?
Well, it has destroyed some other ships. We can see on the sensors.
Many of which are bigger than yours.
There is a definite risk that we will just be crushed out of existence. And it was. I will say that I saw that the empty space of a butterfly ship seemed to cause this. It went headed for the sun, and then this coronal mass ejection happened. So,
okay, I'm gonna release the Velocian ship, and I'm gonna go for the portal.
Can I make a command roll first?
What do you want to say, Paul?
Let's get the hell out of here, pilot.
Captain
pilot.
Make your roll.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Excellent.
I will remind you all that you need to be in stasis.
Okay, as I'm doing this, I'm shouting to the Zolossians. The stasis hold is right through that door. Get in stasis now.
Have we got enough stasis pods for everyone on the ship, including them?
Yes, we've got 16.
Thank you, they say, and head through. They look at you as the bridge crew and say, apparently we don't have long. The rest of the fleet are in utter disarray.
Okay, let's go for it.
I will run and find Nadira. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
I'm
like,
sure she's on. Yeah.
oh, okay. If she's not, I'll go and find her and then
Yeah.
run with her to the, no,
Cool.
no.
Okay.
Have you-
I think.
Jalea,
I'm-
before you go, have you got a talisman you can chuck me to wish me luck? 'Cause I've used the last one you gave me.
Unless I had time to make them.
We had 2 weeks.
Oh,
Getting
okay.
Yeah, we did. We had loads of time.
Well, if the GM says it's okay, I will
got-
have made at least
Yes,
one
yes,
talisman.
You've had 14 days to do this.
Have I got a box full then?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'll
Cool.
put
Here's
my deckhand talisman down, or well, no, what it'd be? It'd be the gambler talisman down. It'd be
Gambler.
like,
Yeah.
pair of fluffy dice for you,
Excellent.
and then run and find our guest, and head to the stasis.
Yeah, I don't think any of my talents help with any of this, but
Can I get everybody who's getting into a stasis bed to make a dexterity roll, please?
I'm going to wait until the end, basically wait with Oshin until he's happy we're on the way, and then get in at the end.
can Yakub help with this piloting thing? Is there a navigation? Is there a data gin roll that's needed in there? Because if
Well,
not,
there's a science roll.
okay,
None
Don't
of you
think
have
that
got
helps.
science, have you?
No,
no.
we have not got science. Do we need some science? With all the XP coming, if we survive, perhaps I could burn up a bit on some science.
Retroactively.
So if there's
Maybe.
nothing, if there's nothing
Grab a
Yakub
science
can,
book as you get into the stasis bed then.
if there's nothing Yakub can do to help, I'm saying get your ass in stasis.
Okay, make sure you're not too late, though. Make sure you get in yourself.
I'll do my best.
Okay, then I'll head for stasis.
So the stasis pods are just right behind the bridge, deliberately
Yeah.
so, to be close.
Okay, dexterity roll, Paul.
Failed.
Failed. Okay, dexterity roll, Jalea.
Failed.
Okay, dexterity roll, Tony.
Failed.
Nice of you to stay with me, guys. That's really cool.
Okay, does anybody want to push their rolls
What is this actually rolling for? Are they, do
to
they
get
fail
into to get to and into the stasis pods
before we hit the portal?
before you launch into the portal? Yes.
So
You
I
need to make your piloting roll. Can he make that at -3, please?
Doesn't he get 2 from my command?
yeah.
Okay.
That's why I did. That's why I did the command roll.
Right. Okay. You might have been more specific and said something like "go through the portal," but I'll let you. I'll let you.
You did kind of say, let's get out of here, implying, quite
Through
strongly
the portal.
implying the portal would be the way to get out of here.
Okay.
Well,
so sorry, Paul. Go on.
I was going to say, remember, he's from a jungle planet, so he doesn't really understand portals.
Portals. No, that is fair.
Okay, at -3. Okay. Are any of you going to be pushing your dexterity rolls?
I
first,
think I
guess?
probably am, actually, because I think we probably do definitely want to get into stasis. So I am,
Dave's
am
not
pushing.
-3.
because the command roll.
Go for
Come
the
on.
push. Let's do Tony first.
I'm letting you guys finish your dexterity rolls first if
Yeah.
you want to push them. Makes more sense.
Right.
I don't know.
So-
I mean, I guess.
I have pushed,
Yeah.
but I've still failed.
I pushed and
Right.
failed.
I'm just going to fail then. I'm not going to
Give me a
give more
darkness
darkness
point for it.
points just because everybody else
Okay.
has failed. We're all doomed.
I'm there going. So how do you work this thing?
I mean, I think you have heroically been just checking on all the Zolossian and making and your client and making sure they're all
Not sure I have. I'm not sure I give a shit
there.
about them.
Okay, Dave, -3, but you got +2 because
Yeah.
of
Come on.
the roll.
So in total, I've got 4 dice now,
Okay,
and I get 2 successes. I can show you if you like.
on the trajectory. Now you can make a dexterity roll to get into the ship.
Like
So-
to stroll past us as we're struggling and just getting.
Shut the door.
Okay, dexterity. I'm not too bad at that, actually. I'm not. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, I get a success, but Matthew, instead of using that for me, I'm going to push Yakub into a stasis pod and slam it shut.
Okay,
Can I have a free roll because I'm the only person who prayed to the deckhand? I just know it's worth it.
no, but if you pushed, you'd get +2.
Only for force.
But
That's
now
all the
let's
deckhand does.
Let's imagine. Let's just spread that system a little bit
Yeah.
better.
I think Matt's being generous. Make the most of it, Millie, while it lasts.
Yeah, that's where it happened again.
1, 2, 3. I get 2 successes. I guess if I can help someone, I'm going to help. Sorry, Dave, I've got to help Adib.
That's fair enough.
Okay. So, could I get you, Jalea, and you, Dave, to roll a d66? Now, hold on. Give me a moment. You head into the portal. It is, you notice as you're heading into the portal, that the instruments are screaming that the calculations must be wrong for the portal to change shape as you head in there. I'm just trying to remember. Oh yes, actually, it's in the new book. That's why. And there are some.
So the instruments are saying that we're making a misjump, then, are we?
Potentially. Well, you've made a good jump. Could I get each of you to roll a d6 though, Dave and Jalea?
Ladies first.
3.
3.
Huh?
Let's hope it's good.
That's not the instant death.
Bang in the middle, so it can't be.
Can't be that bad, surely.
Can't be that.
Okay. In the instant of portal space, which seems to last forever and isn't at all, Dave, like you experienced it before, the last time you appeared to wake up in the middle of... oh, no, different character. Forget it. Forget what I said. You feel, Jalea, you're the one that got 3, right?
We both did.
Both got 3.
Both got
Okay,
3s.
both of you. You feel a creature of the dark entering you and slipping into your mind, and you can't resist. You feel them occupying you. The darkness between the stars. Death and decay are its only goals. And that is the last thing you feel before you are broken by its presence within you.
Okay, doesn't sound great, does it?
And I will tell you what the consequences of that are another time. But first of all, I think we end the act there.
We're not even going to wake up and get all our money.
Not this week, no. I think we might finish that there. You have escaped. As I say, you feared that you may have misjumped, but you're also pretty confident that you didn't misjump. But you weren't in portal, and you felt this thing inhabit you, and then you collapsed. And we will have to deal with that next week. The others are in their stasis tubes, and I'm just coming to the point where we talk about what you did. And as we realized last time, you haven't, we didn't do experience points for you at the end of the first act. So, so basically for our listeners, we do experience points at the end of each act rather than the end of each session, because our sessions are short. So let us all ask you these questions. Did you participate in the session? You all get an experience point, and so does Dead Fayeez. In fact, you get 2 experience points because you participated in 2 acts. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew to reach its current goal? I think everybody gets 2 more, and so does Dead Fayeez.
Sorry, Nicholas, if you're still watching.
Did you put yourself at risk because of your personal problem? I think Dead Fayeez gets a point for that.
My agoraphobia played in a couple of times, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And you put the crew at risk. Yeah. So a couple of points for that. What about you, Paul? Your personal problem didn't really come up. Did you do anything though? Paranoia? No, you didn't say, no, let's not let the Zolossians on board or anything like that. That might have caused a firefight.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No. We get nothing there.
What about you, Jalea?
I think my problem is back on Kua. So
yeah,
no.
So no.
No.
Tony?
My problem is I'm a compulsive thrill seeker, so I don't think that.
Oh, I don't know. You did take your helmet off, didn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't for seeking the thrill of it, though, I don't think. It was more like through existential despair than anything else. So I'm not sure it applies.
Well, I've been on a few roller coaster rides that felt a bit like existential despair, frankly. So.
I think you should have at least a point for that. So that
Oh,
would
go
be
then.
5 points for you, 6 points for
Thanks.
Dave, 4 points each for the others. Did you learn something new about yourself or another PC?
Yes.
Let's go. What did you, Jalea? Yeah, what did you learn?
Stuff.
You learned that you no longer need to look after Adib.
Yes, that. I learned that.
Have 2 points for that, yeah. Adib, what have you learned?
I learned that Jalea never needed to look after Adib.
That too.
You've learned that's the only reason she's been hanging around, and she doesn't need to do that.
Yeah, I've been
okay,
wondering why she's been following me for months.
Tony, did you learn that Dave actually really resents you? I'm talking about you, Tony, not about.
He's known
Do I
that
get
for 40
experience for that?
years.
Oh yeah, I've known that for my entire life. Like, sure, do I get experience points for that? Excellent. I should get.
Did you learn anything, did Dave and Tony?
Oh, I think I learned that probably Ocean's respect is more important than I thought, because I did, basically try and kill myself when he told me to.
Yeah.
Because of the aforementioned existential despair.
Jolly good. Right, take your points there.
I think I learned that Yakub's life matters more to me than my own life does.
Oh.
Yes, you did, because you prayed to the icon to say, take my life rather than his. And you foolishly stuck your oxygen tube in his mouth.
And I think I also learned that Adib's got a bounty on his head.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right, everybody gets 2 points for that one.
I thought you stuck the oxygen mask in his mouth because you were guilty. You felt guilty.
Well, yeah.
Well, there was a bit of that as well, but...
Did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy? I think you all did. But Fayeez did most.
Well, yes, he
4
did.
points for
He
that.
should get double points.
Yeah, but he's not here, so because he's dead.
This is really hard.
It is harsh because you might be watching him from beyond the grave, might he? He
I'm
certainly
sure
was.
he is.
Well, he certainly was earlier on. Hasn't commented for a while.
And finally, so everybody gets 2 points for that. Did you act in accordance with your icon?
I don't know. Does torturing a man to get him to shout for his mates count as acting in accordance with the judge?
You were a bit of a bastard, but I think it probably does. Yeah.
All right.
There was a time when the guns come out, although you're very, talkative and you're always trying to find a way of people getting on, there was a time when you just did what needed to be done. The Zolotians would be proud of you if they survive this journey.
It's that, yeah.
It was very
Okay.
effective as well, I have to say.
Yeah.
2 points for acting in accordance with your icon, then. What about the rest of you? Dave, obviously, I noticed you're praying to the Lady of Tears.
Okay.
Bloody metagamer. It was narratively good as well.
No, but I'm using the rules to try and help me roleplay it rather than just meta game for the XP.
Absolutely fine. Yeah. Paul, Adib, did he?
Well, Adib's icon is the traveller, and he's certainly done a lot of travelling.
Yeah, and you have indeed also asked me those questions. So I'm going to give you those points. And Tony, merchant.
No, I don't think I did really. Just reading what it says about it. So the good side of the merchant is about being
Doing deals and stuff.
generous. Well, that's what the talent is. But in terms of the icon, it's the icon of prosperity, forward-thinking, success. So the good side is the kind of example it shows is for like praying for a good harvest or giving alms to the poor, being generous. And the dark side is basically about being a miser and having lust for money and stuff. So I don't think I did really do anything.
Okay, so are we looking at 12 points for Dead Fayeez, 10 points for Dave and for Tony, 9 points for Adib, and 8 points for Gillette? Is that how it works out?
That sounds about right to me.
It works out fine, yeah. I was just going to say, is there something in this, in kinds of like the character development, in that for Tony to be invoking his icon a bit more would be if he's desperately trying to stop me becoming a money-grabbing miser, because I do feel I'm becoming a bit of a money-grabbing miser.
You are, yeah, I think Tony could be using his merchant thing to maybe get you off your shtick of only 22,000 burr. It's not worth it. Because the journey is worth it, whether or not you get paid for it.
Well,
You
not
also
having
get
the,
paid in experience.
not
I
having
mean,
the bank
literally
foreclose
in
on the
this
ship as well, though. But just a thought, that might be some way of articulating the icon in role play a bit.
Yeah, have a think about that, Tony.
Yeah.
Right, shall we say goodbye?
Cool.
We've got we five need to do a little bit of organising, but we'll say goodbye to our
Good show.
our guys.
Thanks for
very
watching,
much for
everybody.
joining in.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.